good luck trading today, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Good morning, everyone. Anne-Marie Band here. Today's Tuesday, February the 7th, and this is the Moneyball Morning Report for the Benzinga Pro platform. We're taking a look at the longer ranges over the last few days because we do see something feeling like it's getting ready to happen. And I've got it on the light charts today simply because I want to look at the volume profile that's been anchored by the highest volume as we go through the charts. And what you'll notice here on the TrendSpider platform, that when we shift from highest volume to, say, lowest low, we have a very different looking profile, all right? And so my thought is, if we go from the highest volume, it's going to tell us where the biggest concentration of motion is and where traders are most interested and where we might come in to test. So we've had a couple of days nasty fading. We're holding in the overnight. We are above the close of the prior day. Remember, when you look for strength, that's really what you want to see, okay? You want to see, am I sitting above the close of the prior day, and have I dipped below and crossed the level? So what we've held is the prior monthly highs for this daily chart, and now we are hanging on to see if we can recover some of this region. My suspicion is that we still sit a little chatty. We've got some Fed speakers today, but let's take a look at the levels because that's what these videos are all about. We can see that we are still above last month's highs that I said, and we are still inside of last week's range. Indeed, we're not only inside of the range, we're inside of the candle body. And so that tells us we've got a region of congestion. So what this congestion could do is just allow price action to stabilize. Moving averages will catch up. Those sorts of technical things might happen. The dollar has stopped rising, and so we've got the market sitting in this edge of motion. What we see from an economic perspective is, everything looks okay, right? Everybody's still waiting for China to rebound and for us to go running off to the rails. So what do we need to do in order to continue in this range or break out of it? Well, the only way we could break out in quick fashion, really, the closest area to the top would be to breach this 41.48. It's still sitting as clean resistance. As a matter of fact, yesterday, 41.35 was really that region that we just could not seem to get over, and that's well inside the close of the prior week. Okay, so my suspicion is we're going to choke around a little. Here's a low volume profile event that we could come back to sit in. What we've sort of done is held the 50% range of this candle body, and so we'll pay attention there. Low end, you want to make sure that coming into 41.10, you start seeing buyers, because if not, we're going to head to the bottom of this region near that 41.80, near that 40.80 area. On the upside, if we get above the open of yesterday, that's about 41.34-ish. If we get above there, then we'll try to get to the close of the prior week, which is around 41.45. All right, let's take a look at the NQ. For the NQ, we've got the same kind of motion pushing up over the prior month. So we're holding higher, still inside of the prior week, but hanging on, right? Notice the size of the wicks to the downside. We don't really ever want to see that if we're super bullish on anything, because it does mean that there's a selling force that was able to push there before the buyers recovered. If it was real power, the wick would not be made. And so we have to be careful around this area from the way that we are looking. Again, well inside of the prior week's close. All right, we'll put that right there so that we can see what we're after. Take a look here. In the early morning, we've done way more recovery than the ES. We are almost to the open of the prior day. Fair bit of volume, relatively speaking, pushing us up into that area. Very steep forward motion. People are buying the dips here. They think the tech is going to have itself a nice rally, and it's had a nice rally. And in this type of formation, people are still buying these really super beaten down stocks. And so my thought process is, hey, listen, can we get up above the open of the prior day? That's going to give us that first edge of resistance. That open area is 12,572. And then we can work our way to the close of the prior week, right? Are we above the close of yesterday? Yes. That means there are buyers coming in trying to push us through the candle top. Let's watch that. It's bullish right now. As soon as we lose the low, as soon as we lose the close of the prior day, we could slip into the low, and then we would have more downside action. We've got very thin volume over here, right at the close of the prior month. So it could be that we come in and fill that patch. All right, let's go to SPY. Look at the levels there. As you know, we've got ourselves theta erosion positions sitting in our chart. Let's move that out of the way. Actually, I'm going to remove it altogether. And we can see that what we're doing is moving up and over the prior month. And we're getting back out into this range, but we can't seem to get out and over the 410 area. That's going to be something pretty important. Notice from this formation, it's green, while the others are still really red, sitting inside of the prior week. SPY looking a little stronger, and it's got, I don't know, what do you call that? Spinning top? Something like that. That's definitely a doji as it sits. The goal is, can we get up over 411? Then we'll get into the close of the prior week. My plan is to leave this position as soon as we really get into the morning, because I don't want it to get away from us. Here we are on the daily formations. That's a lot of green candles, folks. It really is. It's a lot of them. And in the near term, that's something that we really want to realize, is that there is still a lot of buying pressure under here. You don't want to think about shorting this when it looks like this, unless you're in and out very, very quickly. All right, look at the volumes sitting almost uniform here. That's very interesting to me. Thin area here. Look at the profile. You can see a lot of motion here. Price action to me says, hey, I think it's good if I chop around. Notice we are going to open somewhere probably close to 410. We'll see how well we hold. The goal is this. We want to stay above the close of the prior day. That's 409.83. We're a little bit above it now. As long as we hold above the zone 410.50, we have the possibility of running higher. All right, let's take a look finally at the Qs. The Qs also in some form of doji action, pulling back off of the close. It almost got right into the close of the prior week, but pulled back. Now we're sitting here. What could we do? Well, this shows us, and let me remove this rectangle for here for now. This shows us there's a lot of contention here. Contention says we could move under, we could move above, but there's going to be a lot of arguing right in this zone. That's really where we're sitting, right in the region. If we get to top of it, we should fade just a wee bit, fill in this volume profile a little bit, and then get set up for the next move, because that's really what we're waiting on, this very next move. Good luck trading today. I'll see you tomorrow.